Welcome to Big Catfishing, the cool adventure channel. Get the popcorn ready and sit back. Our videos are packed full of tips and tricks to catch all kinds of big fish. You'll see amazing catches as well as stunning scenery along the numerous scenic waterways.
Oh God, he's heavy.
So subscribe today to Big Catfishing. You'll be glad you did. In this video, we're going to discuss and show you some of the techniques I use for catching big catfish and why they differ from just fishing on the bottom. Also going to discuss my favorite choice of bait and what it is, and the choices are chicken liver, bluegills, wild shiners, shad, alive, and cut up. Hey everybody, welcome to our trolling for catfish video. Today we'll be catching catfish with planer bobbers at Delaware Reservoir in Delaware, Ohio. Come along and join us. It's got to be a good time. This is a slow drift planer bobber. I invented these things. They really do catch some bigger and better catfish. We have 3 models, all of which glow in the dark. All 3 models go to the left side and the right side by simply changing the tube. And they're also castable, as you can see here. So why planer bobbers, and how do they catch bigger fish? Well, as the boat passes by, it tends to scare the larger fish out to the sides. There they feed fearlessly, and your planer bobber's waiting for them. Pow! Okay, we're trolling. I've got a planer bobber on the port and a planer bobber on the starboard sides. We're going to slowly move along and drift till we connect with some fish here. And as you can see in this shot, our port planer is holding its own a good 75 to 100 feet off to the port side. Alright, fish on. Who says you have to fish for catfish on the bottom? Big catfish are meat eaters. In other words, they eat live fish. They don't scavenge stuff off the bottom unless it's a fresh kill. By using planer bobbers and either drifting or trolling slowly, you can cover a lot more water and contact a lot more hungry fish. Another plus of planer bobbers and the drifting and trolling is you can find a lot of spots to go back to where the fish are hanging out that you never knew were there before by just sticking it to the bottom and letting it lay. This catfish feels pretty good here. He's taking some line. Yeah, he feels like a pretty good one there. The bait we're using today is fresh cut shad that we cast netted. There should be a link at the end of the video there to show you how to throw a cast net so you can always have free bait for life there. I mean, that's the secret to success here of catching some big catfish is you gotta have some fresh shad. Skipjacks or minnows. Chicken liver just doesn't necessarily get it. I mean, you might catch a lot of catfish on some chicken liver, but normally you're not going to catch the big ones like this, and not real consistently. At least not in my experience. I've got several videos here you can watch where we've tested chicken livers against shad, and the shad outperformed the chicken livers 10 to 1, and the size, 3 or 4 times bigger. Wow, this catfish still got plenty of fight left in him. I've only caught a few glimpses of his tail as he's rolled up close to the surface there. He sure is putting a heck of a bend in that rod. I'm using a waterproof head-mounted GoPro today. Gives you a totally different perspective, and I really like it. It's kind of like it puts you in the driver's seat of fishing, like you're doing the fishing, you know. It's pretty cool. You probably won't need a super dog to catch big catfish, but it probably helps.
Oh, he's a big one.
Planer bobbers have a unique release tube, which I also invented. It makes it so you don't have to fight the planer after the fish strikes. It kind of works as a slip bobber then. It slides freely on the line and offers little resistance as you're reeling it in.
See? Oh, Jesus, this is a big one. Oh. Is it a good one? Yeah, it's a good one. There he is. Sitting loose. He's ready. Ah, fishy. Could be a fish. Could be fish. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Fish on. Nice. There we go. Live shad we're using tonight with the planer bobbers. Out here on the Scioto River, Columbus, Ohio. Just north of the zoo. Caught a dink so far. This one feels pretty good. Good fish. Getting that. Oh yeah, this guy's cat. Channel. Oh yeah, that's catfish. Yeah. Later bob catfish. Live shad. Ooh, that's a big one. That's a big one. Self-release. Good boy. Yeah. Nice fish. Yeah, nice. Huh? Talking fish. Bye-bye, fishy. Oh, good fish. Got one on the chicken liver here. Peeling off some drag. Tighten it on down here. Generally, we just loosen them up pretty good so that they can pull it. Hook themselves with a circle hook. Got one on the chicken liver. Let's see. Pretty good little tug he is. See if we can bring it over to this side. Oh, he's fighting. Good size. Oh yeah. Come here, baby. Yeah. Hey, Bob. Yours. Chicken livers, no doubt. Not a bad cat. Oh, boy, wasn't hooked too good. Here, you. let's have a look at you. Yeah, about 4 pounds. Not bad. He's gonna talk. Say something. Yeah. Mr. Catfish. We're getting them pretty good tonight. Coming out about 5-6 feet of water. Look at that. Says this catches fish some bit so big that sometimes it's scary. Yeah, I've been scared a few times. Okay, here we go. So packaging. There's the planer bobber itself. Got a nice little weight system on there. Comes with a swivel. Two of the release tubes. It's a nice feature in case you lose one. Two. And you got the directions. Oh yeah. Tells you everything you need to know on there about how to rig them, how to fish them. Nice. Jug fishing has caught fish way bigger than the world record for any rod and reel. People win in tournaments are using tactics such as drifting and strolling and bottom bouncing. Well, planer bobbers are about the same thing as jug fishing, only a little better in a way because it's controlled. You can make it go where you want, make it stop where you want, and when a fish hits it, instead of chasing the jug, you got it on your rod and reel and got a good chance at a world record. Okay, says these things glow in the dark and they never ever need batteries. Let's check it out. It says you can charge it with any light source. Okay, we're going to charge it. We're just going to try to use a trouble light and charge it. Let's see how this works. Give it about 5 seconds more, huh? Alright, I'm going to turn out the light. Let's see what happens. Whoa! Oh, that's a glow. Look at that. You can read the newspaper. Read the directions with it. Wow. Now that's a glow. Wow. Never ever needs batteries. Look at that. That's cool. You can see the instructions in the dark with it. Almost use it for a flashlight. Holy sheep crap. Boy, that thing glows. Who wants to go fishing? Alright, today we're going to be fishing with our new super slow drift planer bobbers. I'm going to show you how they rig up on here. First of all, you got a circle hook on the end of your leader. It's a nice little circle hook. It's a no set, no brainer job. Move up, next area here goes to the swivel. Just a regular barrel swivel. Small weight, that's about a 1/4 ounce weight. Then the blue tube goes on there. What you want to do now is you want to slide the blue tube up a little bit. And you hook this between the weight and the blue tube. There's a snap swivel on the back there. Hook it right on and you snap it. And what you want to do is pull enough line through there that you want to fish with. We're going to be fishing about 3 feet down. So I'm going to pull about 3 feet of line out. And well, that always includes the leader. I'm going to hook this thing to run to the left. And then what we're going to do, get it unhooked from here, got some big gizzard shad in the cast net here. Got one throw, caught all those with the cast net earlier. one of those out of there. Cut them. I like to use the head part most. Leave a little bit of meat and some gut. Generally what I do is I hook them right through the nose or the eyes, depending on the size of hook you're using. There, like that. That one's ready to cast out there. These are the only castable planers that there are on the market that I know of. There's a couple of little ones out there, but they don't do near the stuff that the planer bobbers do. Cast this thing out there, and then we're going to start trolling very slowly with the trolling motor. Go ahead and set it in a rod holder. Click on the trolling motor on low. Off we go. This one here's all rigged up. All we need to do is cut us a nice piece of bait. We'll try the belly section of that same bait that we just cut here. Try a nice big piece. That's the nice thing about a planer bobber is it'll definitely hold up a big chunk of bait. These stomach pieces I generally hook through the, try to get a lot of the gizzard in there and the guts. Come out there with the circle hook. Always check that there's no scales on there. If you've got scales on there, you might miss a hook set. Now, same thing with this, we're going to cast it out there, and off we go. Put it into the rod holder. You can be boosting the engine on and off, on and off. You can see this one out here working to the side. Just stays there to the side. What you do is you can loosen up the drag so when a fish hits it, it takes drag and the circle hook's going to set it. Usually what I do is keep giving it a little bit of line out and get them farther and farther out away from the boat so the fish aren't afraid of the boat so much. They're usually not afraid of the trolling motor. It's pretty quiet. This is a pretty catfish looking area. There's a lot of stumps and trees laying in the water. We generally do pretty good here, so we'll probably tear them up. But you can see the spread in between these things. Looks to be about a 40-50 foot spread going already. And they'll just stay there on the far sides of your boat where you set them. You can let line out till they're 50-75 feet out. And, definitely stealthy little planers. Yeah, it's a fish. Look at him wallow. Oh yeah. That's a fish. There goes the other one. You turn off the trolling motor. I got one on the other rod up too there in a second. Oh, he's a nice fish. Whoa. Look at him go. I think he just figured out he's hooked. Alright. Whoa. Net me, baby. That's a nice fish. He's pulling the boat. Here he goes. Here we go. Go for a ride. Alright, Net. Here he goes. Oh, he's nice. He's nice. Come here, baby. Come on. Don't be scared of the net. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh. slowly going to weave through this area. Keep feeding that line a little bit until we get it out 75 feet or so away from the boat. Makes it a lot more fun to reel them in from there too. Plus we seem to get bigger ones out there that are less afraid of all the noise going on in the boat. Super slow drift. That look catfishy out there, those cliff walls. He don't feel too big, but he's definitely probably a catfish. A good bend in the rod. It's the first fish of the year here for Elm Creek. We've been down in North Carolina fishing all winter for blue cat. Figure we come up here and get some of these channel cats out of Elm Creek. Oh, he's a nice one. Look at that. Oh yeah. Nice fish. We should net him. Yeah, well, see if we can't just pull him in, huh? Looks like he's hooked pretty good right in the eyeball. Wheat. 5-6 pounder. Let's get him in here and have a look at him. Oh yeah. What do you think, people? Super slow drift planer bobbers. That's it, America. That's the ticket to catching catfish, believe it or not. Let's see if we can't get him up.
We got our first fish on. We're fishing with planer bobbers and cut shad. Winds out of the north about 20 to 25 miles per hour, making fishing what some would think, well, pretty much impossible. We're using a small drift sock, or what some would call a sea anchor, to slow us down in the wind. Otherwise we'd be just totally blown off the lake. But this thing will sure even the odds. Get one at your local marine store for about 25 or 30 bucks. It's a must-have if you're going to fish some high wind.
He jumped. Did you see him jump, Brett? You weren't looking the wrong way. Look at him, Brett. Oh yeah, that's a fish. Look how fat he is, Brett. Big old redneck dog. Are you a redneck fishing dog? Look what we got. Got a catfish.
I'm using a 5/0 circle hook. Like I said before, we're using cut shads. I'm using the heads and the guts section of it. It's about the size of your hand bait, maybe the size of your palm. Our speed, even with the drift sock, and I'm also using a trolling motor to kind of control the drift a little bit. I would still say it'd be about a half a mile an hour to 3/4 of a mile an hour. Our outriggers help make our canoe a lot more stable of a fishing platform, and they also incorporated some nifty rod holders too. The secret of catching catfish? It's the same all the time. You find out where they're feeding. Normally it's on a shallow flat that's near deep water. Get you some planer bobbers, just a big old heavy bobber. Tow you some shad through there, about 3/4 of a mile an hour, half mile an hour. You'll be in business. Just keep it moving slow.
Taking off. We got a motor though, Brett. Right in between the pontoon there and the there, got him. Yeah. Be a big fish, huh? Oh yeah, nice one. Whoa! Hey, come back here.
Well, there's another reason planer bobbers are better than fishing with jugs. That's not ever happened to me yet with the planer bobber.
Wild shiners. Oh yeah, bass candy. Alright, got a brand new slow drift planer bobber here. We're gonna try it out. Mission bass fishing. Does that look bassy to you? We got some wild shiners and we're gonna slow troll for bass today. Stay tuned. Looks like a couple other fishermen out working the lily pads there. See our planers still bobbing along on the edge of those lily pads there. Far away from the boat spooking the fish. Should have a better chance of hooking up with a big, what do they call it? Bucket mouth. Yeah, bucket mouth. What do you think, buddy? Well, you ain't scared of nothing, are you, Mr. Gator? Got fish on this planer bobber. Pulling hard. I don't think this is a bass. I'm not jumping or nothing. Staying down deep. It's another channel cat. Come here, you. That's a good size one. Come here, you. Solid 5-6 pounder. It's like a male. Self-release. Ouch. Got something big. Must be an alligator gar, maybe. Maybe it's alligator. Let's find out.
sleigh ride. Here we go. This thing took a lot of line. What do we got? What do we got? It's big. Whatever it is. Catfish, gar, something. Oh, we're cruising. Shiner fishing. Where are you? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get her over there. Big catfish. Oh, well, that's a catfish. Well, after 40, 50 years of catfishing, my opinion is, hands down, wild shiners seem to be the best bait for catfish. They get them so fast, even the bass can't catch them. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a catfish. The size of that mother. Ho, 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 ho. Bye-bye, Mr. Big Catfish. Bye-bye. There he goes.